Is Dark Phoenix as bad as you're expecting it to be? Well, Dark Phoenix, Fox's last X-Men movie, isn't as horrible as you would expect it to be, or as horrible as I think it's like 22% rating on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Maybe my already low expectations played a part in my score, but I thought it was watchable and enjoyable overall. There's been a lot of like issues with making this movie. There's been reshoots. It's been pushed back. There's just drama around the production of this film. But I'm gonna get into my. Normally I do pros first. I'm gonna do cons. So my first con is the lady with the white hair. You see her in the trailers. I believe her character name is Smith, but her character was just unnecessary. Honestly, like that whole character arc, they could have just axed that out of the movie and focused strictly on Jean Grey and the X-Men, like the X-Men fighting Jean Grey and dealing with the issue of this is our friend, but we got to do what we got to do, and how the team deals with that, how the team splits apart, or how they made there's a lot they could have done if they would have just taken that character out, because it was just unnecessary. Like she played no, like there was no real. I don't want to get into spoiler territory, but her character arc and her character period was just unnecessary. The third act and the ending of the movie was lackluster. Uh, I feel like the third act is one of the things they reshot over and over again because it just felt basic. It felt like, all right, we got to wrap this movie up. What's like the quickest, but not, you know, the quickest, but make it look like we put in some effort way to do it, if that makes sense. Um, some of the action was just basic. It wasn't, it just, it was just bad. Like, it just seemed like lazy action. It just seemed like something they knew the company was like probably going to get sold while this was being made, and they're just like, look, this is our last movie, more than likely will be our last movie, so let's just get this over with. I wanted more with these characters, and that's a good and bad thing, but I'm gonna explain the reason I put it as a con first. It left me wanting to see these characters more after this film ended. This didn't feel like a period. Like with Endgame, and I'm pretty sure 98% of you guys have seen Endgame, but with Endgame, there was a definite ending, and it's like, okay, we're going to see some of these characters a little bit more, but the attention is not on them anymore. This is definitely the end. You don't get this with Dark Phoenix. Like with Dark Phoenix, it's the end, but then it leaves you, at least me anyway, it left me wanting to be like, oh, where are they going to take this next? So that's the bad part about it. It's supposed to be like the last film, but it's just they just left it open for a new chapter. Well, not purposefully, but it's kind of like they the ending was interesting in many different angles where it's like, I want to see another movie. I want to see how this dynamic works and what happened with this and the after effects of that. But we're not. It's just kind of like, here's an ending. All right, we're done. But yeah, but the midway through the second act was another issue for me because it was just slow. It just got dull, and it was like, all right, hurry it up, please. Like I felt my eyelids getting heavy. I was feeling sleepy, and there was no real stakes. That's probably my biggest issue with this movie. There was no real. It didn't feel like anything was really at danger. it just felt like this is our friend. She's dealing with some stuff. Like it's just even the team dynamic after Jean Grey, she was doing her bad stuff. It just felt like even with the team supposed, like I don't know. I don't want to say break up. I don't want to say the team broke up because they didn't. Kind of really, it's hard to explain. But once again, no spoilers. But there was just no real stakes with Jean Grey, the team, the villain. It's just. But anyway, I'm gonna move on to the pros now. It's not many, but there are some pros. Like I said, it's watchable, it's enjoyable, it's a movie you can take the family to go see. If you enjoy the X-Men, I do encourage you to go see it, form your own opinion, but go in with low expectations. So yeah, it's enjoyable, it's a good popcorn movie. The first act and half of the second act was good. When the movie started, it's like, oh, they had my attention. Up until, like I said in the cons, midway through the second act was slow. There's a point in the middle of that second act where it's like, wow, they really hit the brakes. But yeah, first act and half of the second act, it was good. If they would have kept up with that and just focused on what those two acts was about, the movie would have been better. And I wanted more. Now I'm going to explain the pro side of me wanting more of these characters. As you make a movie, you want people to want more. I mean, that's really it. Like it's pretty basic. Like anytime, with Avengers, with Batman, with any movie, I don't know, any Quentin Tarantino films, any film where you would like to see more of the character is a success in my book, I feel, because, it makes people want to come back. And it had moments. This movie had cool moments. There were some cool action scenes. The cinematography was great. In the third act, there was, that train scene you see in the trailer. I love the soundtrack that kicked in when, I'm not going to say at what point, because then that would be a spoiler, but I love the soundtrack in that. It had great moments. But overall, I would have to give Dark Phoenix a C-. It's not as bad as Wolverine. I will say this, it's not as bad as Wolverine Origins. It's not as bad as X-Men 3 Last Stand. It's better than both those two films. So I give it a C-. So that's my review. Comment if you've seen Dark Phoenix. If you haven't, let me know if you're interested in seeing it. I'm going to encourage you to go see it so you can form your own opinion. Like I said, if you got some time to kill, I would definitely go see it. Check it out. It's the last X-Men movie made by Fox. You might as well go check it out. So comment down below why you would want to go see it, why you're probably not going to go see it. You really don't care. Just comment and let me know you saw it. Tell me what you thought. Hit that subscribe button. And remember, keep it mad real out there.